What's up, it's me here with another devlog on my game named Quest the Stolen Crown. Let's just jump into it, boys. So first off, I have some very sad news. I have replaced the old attack animation with self-titled New Attack Animation. And you may be asking, why is there two news? And I have to say to that, because there's this thing called Democrats Republican Son. Wrong thing. The reason I named it New Attack Animation is because I tried to make an attack animation before the latest iteration, and well, it kind of speaks for itself why I did not use it. So I decided that we will pretend that that animation does not exist. Alright, so now I have made it so when you let go of the move button, the player doesn't stop right away. So that makes the movement feel a lot smoother than it did before, where when you let go of the button you just stopped. After that I decided I would finally add the ability to block. So now you can block. Next I decided to add Big Chungus Slime. And when you kill him he turns into 3 smaller slimes. So I have now made a tab in the Unity Expector that is basically just a drop down menu that you can put in as many game objects as you want, and when you kill whatever the enemy is that has that script on it, it will spawn in those objects while destroying the parent. Or in layman's terms, I have a slime that poops more slimes. So after I did that, I decided to start making a basic main menu. And I must say, it was a lot harder than I thought it would be. And that's because there's this thing called pixels, and they all have to be the same size, otherwise it's going to look all weird and out of proportion, and that is not good. And if you're confused by what I mean, I will explain now. See this text? If you look, you can see it as pixels, aka block. And this block is bigger than this block. And I have to make these blocks the same size, so well, there is my problem. It is apparently very hard to make the text pixels and the border pixels in the main menu to be the same size, aka consistent. Oh yeah, and I switched over to the new Unity input system, so now you can use a controller. And can I just say the new Unity input system is kind of a pain in the butt to use. And I made a pause menu, so now you can do this cool thing called pausing the game. I also found a small bug. Apparently when Big Chungus Slime pushes you into the wall, you kind of become the wall. So now that's on the list of features. Okay, so I have now added the most dangerous and most terrifying enemy yet. The treetop. Not only that, but it shoots spores. Okay, I'm just kidding. I made a mushroom. I shoot you with spores. I swear, this is the most stereotypical enemy of all enemies in video games. Alright, so I also redrew the slime off your guys' feedback on Reddit, so thank you for that very much. And tell me what you think about how it looks now in the comments. So you know how in most 2D platformers you have some kind of special ability? Like in Shovel Knight, you have, well, a shovel, and in Celeste, Madeline has her dash ability. Well, I kind of figured that it would be kind of boring if all you did in my game was walk around and slapped enemies in the face with a sword. So, in my game, I decided that I'm gonna make it to where the player can dash forward with his sword, kind of like a power attack. And you are probably saying, hey, you're just ripping that out of Celeste. And my response to that is, no, I am not. This special attack is way more based off of the propeller sword in Shovel Knight. So I'll be adding that, and I think that will add a lot more possibilities when it comes to level design, and also just keep the game a lot more fun. And before some of you say it, no, I'm not just going to be completely ripping it off, and I try as hard as possible to change some stuff on it, but I do really like the mechanic. There's a few polished things I added. So one of them is I made it so where enemies flash when they get damaged, and I've also fixed the coin animation. I had an extra frame in it, so it kind of like stuttered, which was weird. And then I also fixed the knockback, because if two enemies hit you at once, then it would add double the knockback and it would be really bad. And then I also fixed a couple of Pixar inconsistencies like the grass tile. I would also like to talk about the difficulty of the game. I really like Shovel Knight, Mario, and Celeste, but I find those games very hard, and sometimes straight up not even fun after you die for the 100th time. So I'm gonna make my game easier. Well, not really. It's still gonna be hard, but my game is going to do a difficulty curve like this one, kinda like Reiterate. So how this will work is you start the game and you have to master the base mechanics, and then I will increase the difficulty, so probably some more enemies and maybe a new mechanic. That'll make the game harder, so you have to work on mastering that level of difficulty now. So after you master the new amount of difficulty, you'll have a few levels at that difficulty to kind of just relax and have fun. And then after a few levels, the cycle repeat, it'll up the difficulty, then you have a few levels to kind of master it and then just enjoy it. I believe if I do this right, then I'll make my game less like climbing a 100-foot cliff and more like you're climbing a bunch of 20-foot hills than taking a rest, and then climbing the next 20-foot hill till you climb enough 20-foot hills to get up 100 feet up in the air, if that makes any sense. Thanks for watching. If you want to download Quest, there's a link in the description. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing to see future devlogs. And sorry for there being like 3 minutes of me just talking about what's going to happen in the future with Quest. I know that's not the most entertaining, but it kind of just had to happen. Probably won't have that happen in the next devlog. Fingers crossed anyways. Yeah, thanks for watching again. Here's some bloopers from making this video, so roll the clips. And you were probably saying, hey, you just are... Because I had seemed to have forgotten there's this thing called pistols. Yes, there is a thing called pistols, and they go pew pew. See this text. It is chunky. Very chunky. I don't know where I'm going with this explanation. And I say it was a lot harder than I thought it would be because I have seemed to forget frick. After that, I decided that I would find...
It's fuzzy, and I think it shrank when I washed it. Anything I can do to prevent it on the next one? Oh, okay, so... Fuzzy, I'm a little confused by because I wash mine regularly. I have not had that issue. You should contact support. Maybe there's something wrong with yours.